Was Hinako at some point pregnant? Surely I can't be the only one who questioned this. In fact, I'll give you the exact moment in the game that triggered this very thought.
Did you kill it? Is it gone?
Yes.
Is it gone?
What are you...
I see. For today only. This will be our little secret.
See, it's how Junko asked this very question not once but twice, and how Hinako's demeanor changes. The first time Hinako seems sure of her answer and says yes, but then Junko asks it again. And that's the moment that some kind of misunderstanding seems to have crept in. Not only Hinako's tone, but her answer changes as well. She seems confused and hesitant, which prompts her to ask for clarification, with what I'm assuming was the question, "What do you mean?" But of course we were abruptly interrupted by Hinako's groom-to-be. How convenient. So this very interaction made me think at first they were on the same page. The it that Junko refers to, meaning Hinako's other self, the one who's fighting against society's expectations of her, and ultimately the bride that she's being pressured into becoming. But the thing is that didn't sit quite right, because it seemed like they were referring to something else, something not spoken about openly. Seeds of suspicion were firmly planted in my mind, and so the question arises, was there in fact, at some point, a bun in the oven? And if that is the case, who on earth is the daddy? And so, let us hit that rewind button and go back, and allow me to share with you things I've noticed throughout the game that might just support this very theory. And by all means, if you have anything to add, to back up this theory or go against it, feel free to leave it down in the comments below. After all, it's just a game theory and everything is up for interpretation, so you're welcome to share your thoughts too. From the very get-go in the game, Hinako's first interaction with Shu, you can sense there's this awkward elephant in the room between the two. Something seems to have occurred recently that neither one of them are prepared to talk about. But what is spoken about is a specific decision that must be made.
Say something.
What about you? Nothing you want to say?
Well, if you don't have anything, neither do I.
It's not like you to just let stuff happen, though. But whatever you end up choosing, you know I'll always be there for you.
And it's that very decision, whether or not Hinako is going to keep the baby or not. And if that is the case, that leads me to believe that Shu would be the father. Not only because I don't believe that any other male character in the game would actually fit that role, but because we know that Hinako's groom-to-be, Kotayuki, aka the Fox Mask Man, is in fact Hinako's pen pal. So clearly there's some distance there, and of course, you definitely need two to tango, so that rules him out. Then finally, the only other male character we're introduced to is Hinako's father, and while he is depicted as abusive, I found no indication or evidence of it being sexual abuse. And if there had been, I do believe there'd be some kind of evidence of it left behind, either in her journal entries, or in his monster depiction itself. And we know for a fact that Silent Hill definitely does not stray away in portraying such things. So, fortunately enough, we can rule him out too. And so that leaves us with Shu. And I mean, logically, he makes the most sense. He was the closest one to Hinako, both in proximity and in their friendship. And of course, let's not forget that pesky little red pill that he gives her after their first interaction. Is there some kind of symbolic nod, something to help her with said pregnancy, or the termination of one? If that is how we choose to interpret it, it does make sense for him to have spoken about making a decision and about supporting her either way, before offering up that little red and white pill. There is also another moment with Shu that I feel could be important in supporting this theory. This interaction takes place next to the farmer's rice field, The two of them contemplate whether or not this is all just a big nightmare the two of them can't wake up from. He then offers to pinch her to test that very theory. She winters away. That in itself can be seen as her pulling back and kind of protesting from his physical touch. Because maybe the last time that happened, things happened, if you know what I'm saying. But also, right next to this specific location, there is a doctor's house. And inside that house, there lays one of the Kashimashi, with what looks like her abdomen being cut open and stitched back together. It's also worth mentioning the bloodstain on the floor, as well as the position she's in could be considered a birthing one. Not only that, downstairs from the Kashimashi, there is a box filled with ice. Now, could this box symbolize what this is? And by going through this procedure and having an abortion, the ability for other people to see and scrutinize has been removed. Because if nobody sees, there are no witnesses. It's all hush-hush. So if it was planned for Hinako to have an abortion here, perhaps that was why she flinched and didn't want to be touched by Shu when in the doctor's house. There might have been some sort of subconscious link there. And since we've spoken about the Kashimashi, let us move on to monsters. There is one particular monster that I cannot help but mention. I'm sure you know the exact one I'm talking about. That's right, the birthing monster. Now this particular monster seems to be a representation of Hinako's fear of becoming pregnant and motherhood alike. And the thing about this monster that I noticed, it's the one that appears the most frequent. Not only as a boss, but also showing up multiple more times, acting as a kind of mini-boss throughout the game. Which of course could be interpreted many ways, but it also falls nicely into the theory that maybe she could have been pregnant at some point. The first time that we set eyes on this birthing monster is at a rather pivotal point. It's just after we say goodbye to Shu, erasing him and literally leaving him to hang. So, what if Hinako defeating that creature in that specific moment is yet again another notch in the belt towards Hinako discarding a possible future and becoming a parent alongside Shu? Even the dialogue between Hinako and Shu leading up to that point also could lend its hand to this theory.
You came back, partner. I wanted... It's alright. Whatever the outcome, I'll respect my partner's choice.
It seems as though Shu is really putting his faith in Hinako here, but no matter what she's going to choose, he trusts that she'll make the right decision. And I couldn't help but notice that that sentence felt quite heavy, as though it's more than just about an arranged marriage, and that this decision Hinako is going to make is going to impact Shu as well. And what else could impact someone so much as becoming a father? It's also worth mentioning this is the last time that we see Shu alive, for this is the moment that Hinako makes her decision, thus discarding her possible future with Shu and her unborn child. Now again, this is just a theory, but maybe because of this, Shu then goes forth to self-exit, which could provide an explanation for the symbolism of him being left to hang, seemingly, by Hinako's doing, as the possible future and family with Hinako has also been erased. And so, to wrap this up, what do you think of this theory? Do you think this theory holds any weight at all? Surely I can't be the only one who considered this after their first playthrough. By no means is it the most amount of evidence there could ever be for a theory, but I decided to look through this specific lens and try to find evidence to back up the theory that Hinako may have been pregnant at one point. And this is what I could come up with. I thought it was interesting nonetheless and wanted to share it with you, because surely I really can't be the only one who thought there might be something there. I haven't seen anybody speak about this, so it might just all be in my head, and it could all be hogwash.
Look at all this fucking bullshit.
But all the same, I wanted to pass it off to you. Maybe there's someone else out there who thought the same thing, and maybe other people have other evidence to support this theory, or by all means, debunk it completely. But with all that being said, thank you for joining me and entertaining my attempt at a theory video. I'm certainly not the best at explaining things, but I did my best. Feel free to put any of your theories and thoughts down below in the comment section. I'm always intrigued to see what other people think. Without further ado, please you take care of yourself, and I hope to see you in the next one.